I remember one time I hitchhiked up to this university right here, Evangel University, and I was in Arkansas living in a school bus with my sister and brother-in-law that they had converted it into a motorhome, taking like cabinets out of other trailers and things like that, the water, electrical, and setting it up, then with storage in the back, and we'd go and do flea markets, and we lived in the school bus. And I hitchhiked up here to visit excuse me, with a friend of mine. Let me remember which way I want to go here. I guess I'll go straight. And he let me use his car, and I drove out to Oregon to visit a girlfriend out there. And then her uncle was there, and I went with him, and we cut trees up in the mountains in Oregon, Christmas trees. And then he was going to ship them back, and his vehicle was messing up, so he sold it while we were there. And then I gave him a ride down to California, and then I came back and brought my friend his car back to Evangel University. That's one of the treasured memories I have of some of my times traveling. So I was at Evangel University with my dog, which was in his car, Augustine. I got her in an abandoned flea market in St. Augustine, Florida, and so I named her Augustine. She was a German Shepherd, very intelligent and well-behaved. But the security guard came out because I was like in the car with my dog, kind of sleeping in it, when I stopped at Evangel, because, well, I didn't have a home, right? I was either living in that school bus with my sister and brother-in-law, or I was hitchhiking. That's pretty much where I lived. So I was in the car sleeping there, and the security guard's like, "Hey, what's going on?" I was like, "Oh, I was just hanging out with the dog and, visiting with a friend." And he knew people that I knew and stuff. I'd worked with some of them over at in South Carolina in a place called PTL, the Jim and Tammy Baker's place, the PTL Club, which was a fascinating story all in itself. But when I worked there, I met a bunch of students from Evangel that were primarily lifeguards. Was the main area for the water park and I was a supervisor at the water park. That's also where I met my wife, by the way. Since talking about some treasured memories that we have, and one of the things that I was focusing on and considering from Bible study yesterday was on the idea of chosen individuals, chosen race, group. We know there aren't races, but that's a word that's used, that people have a matrix of understanding that word, so I'll use it from time to time. But it's not a good word, really. But a chosen ethnic group, a chosen people, a chosen lineage, those types of things, and what all of that means. And there's a lot of different understandings, because we're looking at Romans chapter 9 and the Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated, that communication there. And the thing that I thought really jumped out in that section was I believe it was verse 15 that said, God was saying, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy. I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. And it was a fascinating time that is taken from. That is the Lord speaking to Moses as he hides him in the cleft of the rock, and he passes by and he puts his hand over him. And it's a fascinating section to look at. I'm driving now. I'd rather have it in front of me to speak on it. So I'm not going to go real in depth on it, but just the way that the Lord is there, and his hand is covering, and yet his presence is passing by, and just the power and presence of the Lord with that one individual that he had chosen. But the choice was for more than just Moses, right? He's absolutely chosen Moses as that vessel of mercy, as that vessel of love and justice and righteousness, and all that comes with that. And even to the point where you see it to where he was willing to wipe out all of the Israelites and just start over with Moses, because Moses was the chosen one, very special, right? Nobody deserved what Moses had. Nobody deserved what the Israelites have. Nobody deserved what any of us have. That's good. That's right. That's just. We all deserve death, hell, and the grave. That came to us by one man. That death was passed on to us. That separation from the Holy God. But God chose Moses to be a vessel of mercy, and then from him, this is the way it works with God, right? That mercy flows to others, and then there are others that are chosen, and they become those vessels of mercy, and they flow out to others. And of course, the warning, right? If you're chosen, you better do what you're chosen to do, or you're going to find yourself being chosen to be a vessel of wrath rather than a vessel of honor. And it does get, oh, sorry, I forgot the blinker sound. It does get a little hard for our brains to process, because you have the sovereignty of God and what he's doing, and then you also have free will, and we do have a choice. And we can walk as those vessels of honor. And, you know, the responsibility, again, you go to whom much is given, much is required. The responsibility is those that are chosen, that are the gifts to the body. So you have your apostle, your prophet, your evangelist, your pastor, your teacher. These are gifts to us to equip us to do the work of service that we are to do, to bring us to unity of faith, to do all those things that are there, to rebuke, to correct, to train. We need that in our lives. Every one of us need that in our lives. Even if we are apostles or prophets or evangelists or pastors or teachers, we need apostles, prophets, evangelists, pastors, and teachers in our lives that sharpen us, that refine us, that purify us in our walk, help us to, and are there to help us, right? Assist us, to encourage us, to be willing to walk alongside of us, to laugh with us, to cry with us, to do all those things. The scriptural understanding, the kingdom understanding is we each take care of our own burdens. And after we take care of our own burdens, we assist others in theirs. Why? Because there's times when we can't handle everything that we have. And so, as we take care of our own burdens, we do that, and then when we are at those times when we cannot handle all the burden that we we have for the season, our brothers and sisters come along and assist us with that portion of the burden that we cannot bear on our own, because we need our brothers and sisters in the Lord, because that's how a body works. It's part of the system. It's a natural function. It's that ebb and flow, the seasons of life and death, of laughing and crying, of all the everything, sowing, reaping, everything, all of that shown in a full and living way. So as I'm thinking about the being chosen, those that are there's words like predestined, elect, the remnant, all these different things that are going to get into the conversation. I won't have enough time to get into a lot of detail. I'm trying to figure out what portion to look at, just real quick. But the next scripture there in Romans chapter 9 goes on to talk about Pharaoh and how he's going to harden, who he's going to harden. And that's the one I want to look at next, because there we see Pharaoh's heart being hardened, yes. Him being an object of wrath, yes. A vessel of dishonor, a lot of those wordings. But there's something fascinating that happens within his household. If you look at that section where that quote is from in Romans chapter 9. And ultimately, what you see is God having individuals, even groups, families, that carry his blessing, carry his mercy, carry his grace, carry his compassion. It's poured out on them, a blessing. Okay, Abraham, right? The blessing wasn't for Abraham. The blessing was for all nations, all kindreds, every tribe. The blessing wasn't just for the Israelites, right? They were to be a light unto the Gentiles. And so as we are blessed by God, those that are chosen by God, they walk in that blessing. We recognize individuals that are chosen by God and walk in the blessing. We bless them, right? We bless those that God's blessing. Walk with them, encourage them, strengthen them, become whatever it is they need in their lives, because there'll be individuals we'll meet that we can see God's blessing them and he's calling them. He's chosen them to bless them and give them mercy, but they may not know the Messiah yet. They may not know Yeshua. They may not know Jesus. They may not know the Christ. They may not understand the gospel. They may not understand the death, burial, and resurrection of the Lord, his life and everything that it means. They may not understand the promise. They may not understand the word, because it's all about the word of God, going back to the word. And even in Pharaoh's house, there were individuals that were saved because they feared the word of the Lord. Look it up in that cross-reference from Romans chapter 9. And that's something I'll be studying on, and maybe I can share a little more about it here in the near future. But just kind of trying to scratch the surface on verbalizing some of these thoughts and ideas. And since I was driving someplace I normally wouldn't be going and had a few minutes to record this quick video, I thought might as well, right? I'm doing it because I can do it. It's not necessarily super easy, but I'm going to do it in an easiest way I can in order to help share information with others and it helps me to wrestle through the understanding and the application and how to word it in a way that people can understand. So I'm pretty much at my destination now. Even though you can't see it yet, I can perceive it very close to me. So I'm going to sign off and talk to you again real soon. Thank you for this treasured memories, neurodivergent, just a slight conversation with myself kind of drive. Talk to you later.
The engine's hum is a ghost of a school bus, living on the edge of the flea market dust, hitchhiking north where the mountains grow high, cutting down trees under an Oregon sky. Just me and Augustine sleeping in the seat, a wanderer's life on a one-way street. But every mile driven and every friend known was leading me back to a grace I hadn't shown. We're all just vessels on a winding road, trying to carry a heavy, heavy load, not by our merit, not by our own hands, but chosen by mercy across all the lands. Will you be honored? Will you be the light, or turn from the calling in the middle of the night? From the PTL water park to the university gates, I saw how the Spirit connects all our faiths, like Moses in the rock, hidden in the cleft. There's a mercy that finds us when there's nothing else left. It's a sovereignty we can't quite define, mixed with a choice on a thin human line, to sharpen each other, to laugh and to cry, to lift up a brother under a Springfield sky. Much is required where much has been given, in the ebb and the flow of the life we are living. Pharaoh's hard-hardened, but the promise is wide for those who will fear and won't cast it aside. Carry the blessed, carry the seed, be the answer to a neighbor in need. We're all just vessels on a winding road, trying to carry a heavy, heavy load, not by our merit, not by our own hands, but chosen by mercy across all the lands. Will you be honored? Will you be the light, or turn from the calling in the middle of the night? Keep driving, keep searching, the destination is near. The word is the map that will quiet the fear. We bear the burdens that we cannot face alone, until every treasured memory